It's a never-ending decision at the Capitol.
Democracy is messy sometimes, but it is our system.
With the goal to return to congressional business. Basketball season is back.
For the lead, Swider, kaboom!
As the Miami Heat prepare for opening night, Caplin News is live. Respiratory viruses are starting to show up.
And getting that life-saving care can be delayed, and that can cost lives.
And the CDC forecasts the upcoming season. And an opening for a mixed media art exhibition.
Pick a place that had meaning to them.
And the man behind it all. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kenneth Bueno.
I'm Kelly Sanchez. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
People frantically search for survivors this morning in buildings that have been bombed to ruins in Gaza. The Palestinian Health Ministry reports that in a bloody 24-hour period, more than 700 people have been killed.
As attacks escalate, the Israeli military now says they are waiting to greenlight a ground invasion. Humanitarian aid deliveries are being withheld from entering Gaza, including fuel needed in hospitals. Without it, they face the possibility of mass casualty situations.
Without electricity, this hospital will just be a mass grave.
Any state or non-state actor that is considering opening another front in this conflict against Israel, or who may target Israel's partners, including the United States. Don't throw fuel on the fire.
Following yesterday's release of 2 captured civilians by Hamas, diplomats are negotiating with the aim of freeing a larger number of hostages.
More chaos in the House this morning as Louisiana's Mike Johnson becomes the 4th Republican representative tapped to replace Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. More than 3 weeks have passed since Representative Kevin McCarthy was kicked out as House Speaker. Since then, the House has basically been at a standstill, unable to pass legislation, even with the threat of a government shutdown looming next month. Johnson says lawmakers will head to the House floor later today to make his speakership official, which means Congress can then get back to work.
I'm honored to have the support of my colleagues, and what they understand about this is servant leadership. We're going to serve the people of this country. Democracy is messy sometimes, but it is our system. This conference that you see, this House Republican majority, is united.
Johnson was asked by reporters last night if he would be confirmed in the next 24 hours. He is, in his words, very confident.
This morning, the Miami Heat looks to start off the 2023-2024 season on the right foot.
Caplin News reporter Anthony Cruz has more on the Eastern Conference champs who will play the Pistons later today.
I'm here outside of the Kaseya Center where the Heat are set to open up their season tonight against the Detroit Pistons. This is year 5 of the Jimmy Butler era, and the Heat are looking to make it count.
Swider, kaboom!
Though Jimmy Butler did not play, this preseason may have slightly calmed fans' stress for the season. The young guys got a lot of burn, and it paid off. Cole Swider, who was signed in just August, showed his value as a shooter with a 17-point fourth-quarter explosion against the Charlotte Hornets, while Jamal Cain had 2 double-digit rebound games, highlighting his versatility as a wing. And Drew Smith earned a roster spot through the playmaking ability he showed off. Meanwhile, Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo looked poised to take another leap as players. Let's hope that they still have that magic from last season in them. It's hard to consider Game 1 of the season a must-win, but considering the fact that the Heat are set to face the Bucks and the Celtics next week on the road, this win would be a much-needed momentum booster to start the year. For Caplin News, I'm Anthony Cruz.
An updated outlook this morning after the CDC puts out its fall and winter forecast for respiratory illnesses. As Caplin's Shamir Touzé reports, it includes COVID, RSV, and the flu.
Right now, respiratory viruses levels are relatively low in the U.S. overall, but the CDC is forecasting this season will be similar to the last one, which saw hospitals fuller than any other point in the pandemic and worse than pre-pandemic years.
Time to getting into the hospital and getting that life-saving care can be delayed, and that can cost lives.
At the peak of this respiratory virus season, CDC forecast shows there could be between 15 and 25 new weekly hospitalizations for every 100,000 people in the U.S., COVID-19 will probably account for half of those new hospitalizations, with flu and RSV combined accounting for the other half. To help prevent getting you or those around you sick, make sure you're washing your hands frequently and sanitizing high-touch areas. And if you don't feel well, stay home. And if you can't stay home and have to go out, wear a mask and get tested.
Not only for COVID, but also for influenza. Remember, we've got medications that we can use to treat both of these viruses if caught early.
Experts say everyone ages 6 months and older should get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and this season's flu shot, and the RSV vaccine is recommended for those who are most vulnerable for severe diseases. England says now's the time to get those shots.
It takes 2 weeks for any of these vaccines to really become effective in our bodies. It doesn't happen overnight.
I'm Shamir Touze for Caplin News.
The tech giant Apple is offering customers a treat, and we are not talking about candy. The company brought up a new product event taking place on October 30th. According to their website, the event is rumored to be for a, quote, scary fast product, and some think it's a new chip. This new M3 chip will help boost performance on new Macs.
If you are interested in purchasing an electric vehicle, now might be the best time. Due to a rise in competition and restraints by consumers, companies are offering discounts. Hybrids are now part of the conversation too, due to the customers being more interested in that type of vehicle. Other automotive companies in the electric market are offering competitive deals for a potential purchase.
A new exhibit of mixed media portraits on display in South Florida. As Caplin's Rosana Oviedo reports, it just opened at the Jewish Museum in Miami Beach.
Raymond Ellman, an artist and a professor from FIU, is showcasing his art and portrait at the FIU Museum in Miami Beach to bring awareness to the community about this type of art.
Once we moved to Miami in 2012,
friends and people interested in the exhibition travel hours from other cities like Naples to support this type of art. Professor Ellman gave a quick speech about his work and the meaning of some of the portraits and why he thought was meaningful.
I asked people to pick a place that had meaning to them, not where they work, not some place that had meanings.
One of his subjects is Nicole Henry, a jazz vocalist who calls South Florida home. She was also in attendance when the exhibit opened on Sunday.
It's funny, here on the wall it says it was On the Run, which I love the title because I always run on South Beach.
The Jewish Museum of Florida is located at 3rd Street and Washington Avenue in Miami Beach, and it's part of the Florida International University.
They're not all Jewish, but many of them are also important members of the Jewish community, so it's wonderful to be able to showcase them.
Ellman is also the founding editor-in-chief of ArtSpeak. The publication is linked digitally to every portrait in the exhibit.
There's a QR code in the wall text next to each portrait, and if you put your phone over the QR code, it'll take you to video of the person talking about their career.
Raymond Ellman will be showcasing his art until March 3rd, 2024, the portraits, at the FIU Jewish Museum. For more information, log into jewishmuseum.fiu.edu. This is Rosana Oviedo for Caplin News.
An exciting end to the Panthers game as the visiting team went on a power play and pulled their goalie at the same time.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Helping us together, normalizing talking about mental health in a way that's comfortable for everyone.
Opening up about a taboo subject with the hopes of saving young lives in South Florida. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Shedding light on a touchy subject with the aim of saving lives. The project is called Neon Nights, and its goal is suicide prevention.
Caplin News reporter Jillian Salvi Cruz was there for their big event Monday night.
FIU is hosting one of the largest nonprofit foundations that prevents suicide for our nation's teens and young adults. Tonight, our community is raising funds and awareness for the JED Foundation for the first year ever. The JED Foundation envisions a future where every high school and college has a comprehensive system that supports student emotional health and reduces the risks of substance misuse and suicide.
One of the greatest things that we can do is make the JED Foundation a household name that people are aware of and that they feel comfortable reaching out to when they need help or resources, and helping us together, normalizing talking about mental health in a way that's comfortable for everyone.
FIU has raised over $4,000 for the JED Foundation with over 200 students in attendance, as well as sponsors and companies like International Mall, Power Crunch, Kendra Scott, and SIP 305.
The unique thing about FIU's partnership with the JED Foundation as we work through Neon Nights is the opportunity that it allows for us to talk about mental health, allowing students to have a role in advocating for the needs of students, raising money that will then bring resources and awareness to a leading cause of concern for college students and for college campuses.
JED Foundation currently works with 370 institutions and is now adding FIU. I'm Jillian Savi Cruz, Caplin News.
Reasons for Panthers fans to start getting excited this morning as the team gets back to 500. With a 1-goal lead and just a few minutes left, the Panthers commit a penalty in last night's game against the Sharks. San Jose added to their power play by also pulling the goalie for an extra attacker. But the Panthers managed to hold off the 2-man advantage and even added an empty netter as time expired. The final score, Panthers 3, Sharks 1. Seattle comes to Sunrise on Saturday for the Cats' next game versus the Kraken. You're watching Newsbreak. We'll be back in a moment.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Well, that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Kenneth Bueno.
I'm Kelly Sanchez. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.